Was magical right there.
What a catch! Daniels, it's holding!
I have seen it all now.
Gorgeous first Sunday of November in our nation's capital, 55 and clear, about a dozen miles east at Northwest Stadium, the home of the Washington Commanders. Who get their quarterback back tonight? The reigning offensive rookie of the year, Jayden Daniels, will be a part of this Washington effort in front of this great crowd here in Landover, Maryland. Against Sam Darnold and the 5-2 Seattle Seahawks. Our matchup tonight on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Good evening, everyone. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark on the sideline. Thanks for having us in. I want to start with Seattle. They never get enough attention. Chris, they were a 10-win team that didn't get to the playoffs last year. They're 5-2 now. If they win tonight, they're tied for the best record in the NFC. And a big reason why is their new quarterback, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's been a few places, hasn't he? He can make you a little dizzy trying to follow him, but I love what he's doing with this offense right now. It really seems to fit him. And his wide receiver, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, has sprinkled a little pixie dust all over this team. The Seahawks can play with anybody.
All right, on the other side for Washington, very important game. It's a 3-5 team. That's as many losses as they had all of last year when they made that great run to the NFC Championship game. A lot of reasons. They've had a lot of injuries, but they get their quarterback back tonight, Jayden Daniels.
And there's nothing that Jayden Daniels can't do. Absolutely nothing. And just having him back at practice, I think, gave a lift to this entire organization. But the Commanders really need a win out here tonight just to stay relevant. And this Seattle defense is really nasty. Big game for Washington tonight.
Speaking of defense of these two teams, one name comes to mind. That's Bobby Wagner. Used to star for the Seahawks, now a Commander. One of the big stars out here as Seattle plays Washington in Maryland on Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Hyundai. Welcome to more in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. NBC Sports, celebrating its 20th season of Sunday Night Football, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
So a lot of 12s, a lot of Seattle fans around the monuments in D.C. Their 5-2 Seattle team, chance to stay tied atop the NFC West. Big pivot point for Washington, trying to snap the 3-game slide. And a moment ago, Melissa spoke with the Commanders quarterback, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden, you missed last Monday night with a hamstring injury. What, if any, limitations do you have tonight?
Ain't no limitation. They let me play football.
All right, sounds good. So you had a magical season last year, started every game, but you have already missed 3 games this season. What have you learned from your time on the sideline?
Yeah, I think you just have time to reflect and feel different ways to grow. I mean, adversity, God puts us through certain situations for a reason. So I feel like he put me through the situation to kind of reflect and grow. Now I'm back on the field, so we'll see what happens tonight.
The team has lost 3 straight. So how do you turn that around starting tonight?
Yeah, we got to go out there and execute. This is a great team that we're playing. They're hot. They're on a roll, so we got to go out there and execute and put up a fight.
Jayden, have fun tonight.
Thank you.
Number 2 pick of the 2024 draft, ready to get going with the Commanders here tonight. Coin toss a few seconds ago, the posse, the great Washington trio of receivers, Gary Clark, Ricky Sanders, and the Hall of Famer, Art Monk, whose jersey is being retired tonight. One of the best. Deep ties tonight for Dan Quinn, the Washington head coach. He was the Seattle defensive coordinator for those back-to-back Super Bowl appearances just over a decade ago. And on the opposite side, year 2 in Seattle for Mike McDonald. What a job he has done. He's down the road with the Ravens. He was the defensive coordinator, takes over the Seattle job. Kings of the road. They've won 9 straight on the road, 10 of 11 away from the Great Northwest in his first 2 years. Washington won the toss, and they want the ball. So the Commanders will receive to begin here tonight. Fans settling into Northwest Stadium, 27th season that this has been Washington's home. A lot of news about a move back to the district in the old RFK site coming up in the next 4 or 5 years. Good kickoff man for Seattle. Veteran kicker Jason Myers set to get the party started tonight. Jalen Lane and Luke McCaffrey, who has had a very good kickoff return season, second in the league, 30 yards per return. Seattle 5-2, Washington 3-5. Perfect night for football. Off we go here from Landover. Bouncing in the target zone.